I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Quickly Play City of Rauma. This is a Finnish-developed freeware city building game. I think it was only made by one or two guys. Anyway, it's pretty simplistic, as would be expected from such a small development team, but it's kind of fun for a while. So let's quickly look through the thing here because there's no way to pause. So we've got our mini-map up here. We can turn on the grids and we can lower everything down to just basic squares. Clicking this brings up a nice map. We've got all our buildings over here that we can build. There aren't very many. There are no commercial buildings, but I'll talk about that in a sec. Save load options. We've got our statistics over here telling us population, how much money we have, and how happy they are. And this is decreasing, so I need to start building stuff here. And then we've got our advisor. So the first thing we have to do is plunk down the city hall. Where do I want to do that? You know what, I'll put it right here. Okay. So, Town Hall is free, and it apparently helps the contentment rating. This is actually what this is. As population increases, contentment goes down, and you have to build various things to raise it back up. Now, our advisor is telling me to make paper mills to stop the growth of the forest. Paper mills are one of the ways that we will increase our tax revenue and make money early on. What I'm going to do right now, though, is start making residential houses. Well, that's a little redundant. I'm going to start making residential areas because it is the houses that primarily make all of your money. And we'll do something like this. I don't want to delete that yet. Well, maybe I do. Okay. So, yes, I'm getting to it. So, we've got three types of houses, or residential buildings. We've got just these little houses, which you can create in a 1x1, 2x2, or a 3x2 setup, I believe. We've got these, I guess these are historical, because the city here is actually, or the game, I should say, is based upon the city, the actual city of Rauma in Finland. So these are apparently historical buildings that sort of look like the buildings there, and then you've got apartment buildings, which are a 2x2 building and provide a lot of people. But yeah, I need to get started here and stop talking. So I guess I'll just lay down a couple rows of this residential in a 2x2 pattern. This is not, however, the most efficient way to do this, and when they start building here, you'll see why. I'm also going to take the advice of my advisor and build a paper mill. Now this is very expensive. It costs 600, and I really don't have that much money to start out with. But it has an interesting feature or function. Your tax revenue goes along... Oh, shoot. This is how you remove stuff, this little wrecking ball. This dynamite over here explodes an area and sets things on fire. People don't like things being on fire, so I don't even know why you would use this. But anyway, this paper mill increases the tax revenue you get from your houses and your residential buildings, but it also has this funny little function where it gives you money for destroying trees, which you do with the little wrecking ball thing. It's not very much, so you can't really even use the feature, the function, to, you know, sort of build up your early economy or anything like that, but it helps in a pinch. So, let's see. I think I'll go ahead and just put some of these bigger homes down, or these historical ones, although they will cost me a lot of money. And we can see that my approval rating, or the contentment rating, is going down. So pretty soon I'm going to have to start putting in some of these buildings, which are public services and city services, which will increase that contentment. If your contentment goes down too much, people start leaving. The documentation says 30%, but I think that that goes up as your city increases, because I built a fairly large town in a previous test run of this game, and people were leaving at about 40%. As they are fond of telling you, one of the quickest ways early on to build contentment up is to actually plant trees. And I'm not going to do that right yet. What do I need? Well, I've got $200, or 200, whatever the Finnish currency is, cash, as this thing says. So I'm just going to put down, let's say, a park. It's going to use up all of my money, but it will help with the contentment early on. And I'm just going to get all willy-nilly here. So now, what I was saying about these houses earlier, putting a 2x2 is not as efficient as you'd actually think it would be. I find that it's actually better to have these 1x1s, and if we look at the information button here, we can click on any of these houses and we can see how many people are living there. Now in these old ones, we actually seem to be getting, the historical ones, we seem to be getting quite a number of residents, but if we open up one of these 2x2s, we see that we have 5 residents. And if we come over to these 1x1s, we also have 5 residents. So if you're really trying to cram in as many people as you can, and you kind of need to unlock these special buildings, like right now we only have access to the town hall. As soon as my population hits like 500, I'll get another one. But so if you want to raise your population, it would actually be better to just put in a bunch of these little 1x1s, because in the space of one of these 2x2s, you could quadruple your population. That's something I think that needs to be addressed. So let's put down another one of these expensive historicals. And this price is per square. So it is actually quite pricey to do a 2x2 anyway. You know what? I'm just going to put some trees down here. Let's see. I want to save a little bit of room here, because I've got plans. I think I'll just put in a few more of these. And I'm going to put in a soccer field when I can afford it. So I think I said at the beginning that there were no commercial buildings in this game. Actually, you know what? I think I want to delete that road, because having long, straight regions or areas along the waterway is important for future developments, such as the marina and these, what are these? Tooltip, please. Terminal. Yeah. But, so I mentioned that there are no commercial buildings in this game. And so your residential buildings are the ones that create all your money. And these industries sort of multiply the effect, I guess. So right now we can see that I'm not gaining money very quickly. And that's actually kind of a problem early on, because it severely limits the things you can build. And, you know, if you want to affect your city's contentment rating, you kind of need a lot of money to build stuff. I'm just going to start taking out some trees. And let's see, I guess I can build another little section. So let's see, what other buildings can I make? We've got schools, fire stations, hospitals, police stations. And as for recreational buildings, we've got swimming halls, hockey arenas, libraries, outdoor swimming pools, marinas, and parks. And then down here we've got these paper mills, nuclear plants, and containers, or terminals rather, for container shipping, paper shipping, and grain shipping. So this thing right here gives me the town hall. These are my special buildings, and I already placed down a town hall, but like I was saying, at certain intervals of your population, you will gain access to new buildings, but it does take quite some time to build up. So I'm going to, well, let's put in more population, first of all. That's kind of important. But I would also like to gain some access to one of these terminals, but they're quite expensive, as you can see, 500 plus. So I kind of need more residents in my town so that I can actually begin properly saving up and building stuff. Let's just go ahead and put in some really long, weird thing here. Oh, I'm out of money. Out of money, that's no good. So I may pause here in a bit and come back when a little bit more has happened, because this is rather slow to develop. At least early on, because you have no real inflow of money. So you are limited in what you can do. How big is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot. Because I want to save this for marinas. I can't put that down because it's 300. Okay, well, let's go ahead and... I mean, again, that's not going to make me much money at all. It may even have an effect on the contentment when you destroy trees like that. Okay, so now I've got 300. Put down a marina. And I'll just go ahead and extend the road out. Okay, you know what, I'll just do that because there's a 3x3 building I can plunk in there. And this saves me room for a couple more marinas if I really want them. But, okay. So I think I'll pause here in a bit, for a bit rather, and come back. Okay, so I just hit 500 inhabitants, and I now have access to this water tower, which is a free building. I'm not really sure what it does, other than increases the contentment. But as you can see, I've expanded quite a bit. Where do I want to put this? Let's put it right here. Okay, it fits there, great. But yeah, so I've added a swimming pool, a couple more soccer fields, a school, although there is nothing like education ratings and, as far as I know, fire safety. I mean, I haven't really had any bad things happen, but what I have noticed is apparently you cannot build these terminals on inland water. So this little lake that I've got here is not good. I need to put it out somewhere like here. So maybe I can do that. Yeah, I can put it there. Okay. I should probably build a little bit of that. And it doesn't appear to be affected by distance. So did I just put down another paper terminal? I think I did. Oh well. I think I'll just build another little residential area out here, why not? Although that's not a very good place for it, come to think of it. So maybe I can just fill this with factories and junk. How about a nuclear plant? And we'll just put some trees there. And some trees there. Okay. So yeah, those don't really have any bearing on the city. But I've got quite a bit of income now, and I think I can start affecting my inhabitants' happiness. So let's put down, say, a hockey rink or an arena. And I could actually fit in another building there. How about a police station? Nope, I'm out of money. It's going to cost me 500, but my income rate is doing pretty well. I do need, I mean, I only just now hit the 500, so I need to start considering stuff like these apartment buildings. I'm only going to fit a couple in that way. Oh, come on, don't build that. Did I just... What is this? Well, obviously it's a parking lot. High density. Yeah, so why is it giving me that? Don't give me that. I want an apartment. Because the apartment buildings have like 60 to 80 residents, or 90 residents. Wow. So yeah, we can fill in quite a bit of people that way. Let's put in, can I fit you in now? There we go. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I'll just leave a little area for a marina. Oh, why don't I put in another marina? I'll put in another one right there. And I'll just put some trees. Boy. My population is not actually increasing very much. The furthest I've gotten is about 1,000 people, because I got the next special building. So maybe I'll just come back when I've got that. Okay, so I think I'm just going to fill this in with apartments right by the mill there. That'll be great. What else am I missing? So I've got a library, I've got a police station, a hockey arena, a fire station. I don't think I have a hospital. The arrow keys are a little wonky because, as you can see over here, they are affecting both the X and Y axis. So going left to right seems to be fine, but going up and down gives me this weird staggering, stuttering effect. I don't really like it. Oh, good. I get the old town hall building. I'll put that down right after I put down my big hospital. My very squishy roads. Okay. Now that's a very small building, actually. So where do I want to put it? I'd actually kind of intended to leave myself an area for sort of the old town stuff, but does not appear to... Okay, you know what? Why don't I just put it right there? I'll get rid of these trees, and I'll just put it right there. Hooray! And a little bit of historical information there. But yeah, right now I'm making quite a bit of money. I've still only built these up here, so I haven't really added any other industry, but that's pretty much it. I think I now have every building. I've got swimming pools and soccer fields. I've got the marinas, parks, which you can see there. Many types of houses, although looking at it now, it's not actually showing me every type of house. Let's see if I can affect that just a little bit. Just squeeze in some more houses here. See if I can gain access to some of the more modern looking houses. 41 residents in that apartment. That's actually not one of the better ones. So yeah, the game could use a little work still, but you know, I mean, okay, here's one of the modern ones. Considering the very small development team on it, it's not really a surprise. I mean, this is probably much more like a hobby than anything serious that they actually want to, you know, commercially develop. I mean, for one thing, it's free, so can't complain there. But oh yeah, here's the school. I think I showed that off. Yeah, I mean, with just a few more things. I mean, at first the lack of commercial buildings kind of drove me crazy because I didn't really know how to make money. But you know, there could be a few more buildings just to add some more variety, a little bit more replay value. But you know, I think this was done more as a labor of love, just sort of a tribute to the developer's hometown, and you know, it's kind of interesting. But I think, as is usual with the SimCity type buildings games for me, I will end the video with destroying everything. So, kaboom! Oh, come on. There we go. Now I started a fire. There's a fire. And there's a fire. Yeah, other than just causing mayhem, I don't think there's an actual purpose for this thing. He's telling me to build fire stations, and it looks like they are actually putting them out. I guess it's just that it effectively destroys a lot of things. Well, let me see here. Ah, well, it also does it for free, too. The wrecking ball actually costs money. So if you want to use this, it will destroy a lot of things, but then you run the risk of laying fire to the city. But, so anyway, that was City of Rauma. God, loud and crunchy. The sound effects are interesting, and the music in the game is okay. I mean, I don't have it going right now because there's no volume controls, and so it overpowers my voice, but, shush. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.